How do I become a venture capitalist? In the not-so-distant past, there was little difference between financial and strategic investors. Investors of all colors sought to safeguard their investment by taking over as many management functions as they could. Additionally, investments were small and shareholders few. A firm resembled a household in the number of people involved in ownership, and in management was correspondingly limited. People invested in industries they were acquainted with firsthand. As markets grew, the scales of industrial production expanded. A single investor could no longer accommodate the needs even of a single firm. As knowledge increased and specialization ensued, it was no longer feasible or possible to micromanage a firm one invested in. Actually separate businesses of money-making and business management emerged. An investor was expected to excel in obtaining high yields on his capital, not in industrial management or in marketing. A manager was expected to manage, not to be capable of personally tackling the various and varying tasks of the business that he managed. Thus, two classes of investors emerged. One type supplied firms with capital. The other type supplied them with know-how, technology, management skills, marketing techniques, intellectual property, clientele, and a sense of direction. In many cases, the strategic investor also provided the necessary funding. But more and more a separation was maintained. Venture capital and risk capital funds, for instance, are purely financial investors. So are to a growing extent investment banks and other financial institutions. The strategic investor, on the other hand, represents the real long-term accumulator of value. Paradoxically, it is the strategic investor that has the greater influence on the value of the company's shares. The quality of management, the rate of the introduction of new products, the success or failure of marketing strategies, the level of customer satisfaction, the education of the workforce, all depend on the strategic investor. That there is a strong relationship between the quality and decisions of the strategic investor and the share price is small wonder. The strategic investor represents a discounted future in the same manner that shares do. Indeed, gradually the balance between financial investors and strategic investors is shifting in favor of the latter. People understand that money is abundant and what is in short supply is good management. Given the ability to create a brand, to generate profits, to issue new products, and to acquire new clients, money is abundant. The financial investor is expected to take over the financial management of the firm and to directly appoint the senior management and especially the management echelons which directly deal with the finances of the firm. To regulate, supervise, and implement a timely, full, and accurate set of accounting books of the firm reflecting all its activities in a manner commensurate with the relevant legislation and regulation in the territories of operations of the firm and with internal guidelines set from time to time by the board of directors of the firm. This is usually achieved both during a due diligence process and later as financial management is implemented. To implement continuous financial audit and control systems to monitor the performance of the firm, its flow of funds, the adherence to the budget, the expenditures, the income, the cost of sales, and other budgetary items. To timely, regularly, and duly prepare and present to the board of directors financial statements and reports as required by all pertinent laws and regulations in the territories of the operations of the firm and as deemed necessary and demanded from time to time by the board of directors of the firm. To comply with all reporting, accounting, and audit requirements imposed by the capital markets or regulatory bodies of capital markets in which the securities of the firm are traded or are about to be traded or otherwise listed. To prepare and present for the approval of the board of directors an annual budget, other budgets, financial plans, business plans, feasibility studies, investment memoranda, and all other financial and business documents as may be required from time to time by the board of directors of the firm. To alert the board of directors and to warn it regarding any irregularity, lack of compliance, lack of adherence, lacunas, and problems, whether actual or potential, concerning the financial systems, the financial operations, the financing plans, the accounting, the audits, the budgets, and any other matter of a financial nature or which could or does have a financial implication. To collaborate and coordinate the activities of outside suppliers of financial services hired or contracted by the firm, including accountants, auditors, financial consultants, underwriters, and brokers, the banking system, and other financial venues. To maintain a working relationship and to develop additional relationships with banks, financial institutions, and capital markets with the aim of securing the funds necessary for the operations of the firm, the attainment of its development plans, and its investments. To fully computerize all the above activities in a combined hardware, software, and communication system which will integrate into the systems of other members of the group of companies. Otherwise, to initiate and engage in all manner of activities, whether financial or of other nature, conducive to the financial health, the growth prospects, and the fulfillment of investment plans of the firm to the best of visibility and with the appropriate dedication of the time and efforts required. To construct and implement credit risk assessment tools, questionnaires, quantitative methods, data gathering methods, and venues in order to properly evaluate and predict the credit risk rating of a client, distributor, or supplier. To constantly monitor and analyze the payment morale, regularity, non-payment and non-performance events, etc. in order to determine the changes in the credit risk rating of said factors. To improve the collection methods in order to reduce the amounts of arrears and overdue payments or the average period of such arrears and overdue payments. To collaborate with legal institutions, law enforcement agencies, and private collection firms in assuring the timely flow and payment of all due payments, arrears and overdue payments, and other collectibles. To coordinate an educational campaign to ensure the voluntary collaboration of the clients, distributors, and other debtors in the timely and orderly payment of their dues. The strategic investor is usually possessed of a brand name recognized in many countries. It is the market leaders in certain territories. It has been providing goods and services to users for a long period of time reliably. This is an important asset which, if properly used, can attract users. The enhancement of the brand name, its recognition and market awareness, market penetration, co-branding, collaboration with other suppliers are all the responsibilities of the strategic investor. The strategic investor typically brings to the firm valuable experience in marketing and sales. It has numerous off-the-shelf marketing plans and drawer sales promotion campaigns. It developed software and personnel capable of analyzing any market into effective niches and of creating the right media advertising and sales promotion drives best suited for it. It has built large databases with multi-year profiles of the purchasing patterns and demographic data related to thousands of clients in many countries. It owns libraries of material, images, sounds, paper clippings, articles, PR and image materials, and proprietary trademarks and brand names. Above all, it accumulated years of marketing and sales promotion ideas which crystallized into a new conception of the business. The planning and implementation of new technological systems up to their fully operational phase. The strategic partners engineers are available to plan, implement, and supervise all the stages of the technological side of the business. The planning and implementation of a fully operative computer system to deal with all the aspects of the structure and the operation of the firm. The strategic investor puts at the disposal of the firm proprietary software developed by it and specifically tailored to the needs of companies operating in the firm's market. The encouragement of the development of in-house proprietary technological solutions to the needs of the firm, its clients and suppliers. The planning and the execution of an integration program with new technologies in the field in collaboration with other suppliers or market technological leaders. To structure the firm in an optimal manner most conducive to the conduct of its business and to present the new structure for the board's approval within 30 days from the date of the GM's appointment. This is why entrepreneurs find it very hard to cohabitate with investors of any kind. Entrepreneurs are excellent at identifying the needs of the market and at introducing technological or service solutions to satisfy such needs. But the very personality traits which qualify them to become entrepreneurs also hinder the future development of their firms. Only the introduction of outside investors can resolve the dilemma. Outside investors are not emotionally involved. They may be less visionary but also more experienced. They are more interested in business results than in dreams. And being well acquainted with entrepreneurs, they insist on having unmitigated control of the business for fear of losing all their money. These things antagonize the entrepreneurs. They feel that they are losing their creation to cold-hearted, mean-spirited corporate predators. They rebel and prefer to remain small or even to close shop than to give up their cherished freedoms. This is where 9 out of 10 entrepreneurs fail in knowing when to let go.